All right. Someone came in and opened up 7:15. They got bay doors open and the back doors open, all kinds of. Welcome to the channel. I'm Jimmy. We're making it work. We did have a productive meeting last night, which is good. Communication is key, especially when employees are dropping like flies. Me and Joe were the only ones left from the original crew, but this is what it is. We're making it work. You do what you got to do to make the best of every day and every situation. Hope you guys are doing well. We're going to spend a day in the shop fixing a car, maybe more. I know I got to do the evaporator on the Honda Odyssey under warranty. Not sure if I damaged something or if the evaporator just was leaking. Either way, we're going to find out and we're going to get it fixed. And then we'll see what else we can get done today. What do you guys think? Have some fun, learn a thing or two? What do you think? There's a few things left to do to open a shop. A couple of lights, some fans maybe, and turn the compressors on. So let's get in there and help Omar get started. Stay tuned. The new guy's going crazy, emptying garbage, cleaning windows, rearranging shop equipment and stuff. Hey, more power to it, man. Have at it. I'm gonna do this evaporator. I'm gonna pull it apart. I already filmed the first time, so I'm not gonna film the whole thing again. I'll see what when we get down to it what happened, and I'll show you. So we'll be back in just a second. All right, it's all out of there. When you know what you're doing and you got more experience, it's more recent in your memory, you can do it faster. I got it out in about 30 minutes. So this is one of the things in our industry that's a problem too, is the experienced guys that know how to do it really fast, the manufacturer cuts back the times because they're doing it fast. So basically what happens is, if you're a mechanic, the way that works is you get punished for your experience. They want to pay you less because now you're able to do it fast. Experience should gain you more income, not less. But not in this industry. It's one of the hard parts to absorb. I don't know why it's the case. Maybe because mechanics don't have an organization that protects them in most states. Not really sure. But I know the manufacturer labor times are based off people with experience. And that's why it just pays the labor time it does, like 3.2 or something like that. With the evac and recharge, that's about what it takes if you know the car very well, right? Anyway, I don't see any leaks. I was thinking when I pushed it into the case, there's like a plastic bracket here. I was thinking maybe I drug those on it. I don't see anything. Also don't see anything wrong here. I'm gonna get some more of these washers again. We'll change everything, see what happens. It's the only thing I changed and it was leaking. I don't see a crack in this line anywhere. If you guys spot something, let me know. I don't have to do this a third time. Get the sticker in here while we wait on parts for the Honda. Emergency oil change, 2005 Jeep at 183,000 miles. There's a couple of little symptoms or noises or something they want me to look at too. So we're gonna go ahead and knock that out. I just spent like half an hour helping Bill load up his toolbox. I grabbed the camera to turn around and film him leaving the parking lot, and he's gone. He rented a U-Haul. I said, you could have borrowed my truck, but he's got it done. All the shit's out of here. I mean, all the stuff's out of here. And him and the new guy were fighting before he left, so they just weren't going to get along, and that's that. Look at this nasty coolant. I think he said something about a coolant flush, drain and fill, something like that. I gotta look at my ticket. I haven't really gotten an updated paperwork yet. We're gonna give it a love rating of 6. It's actually in really nice shape. Maybe even a 7. What do you guys think? Let's get a better look inside. We got time. Even though it's hectic, we're not busy. Hey, this thing's in pretty nice shape. It needs a little vacuum work. I'm gonna go 6. With vacuuming work, it could be higher. I don't know how much of an oil change I really want to film, but we'll see. The oil didn't look bad at all. I wonder if his sticker was correct. He does have new shocks on it and stuff. Looks like it might have a leaking water pump, very slow leak or something, but we're going to get pressure on it once I'm going to do the oil change first. It's already warm, but it's not crazy hot. Perfect for oil change. Cooling system, that's next. It's got a drip tray for the filter, but the oil doesn't go in it. Tends to go mostly behind it, and about 10% comes out here, 90% comes out here. 2005 technology. It's got a 3-inch oil fill cap and it backs up when you pour the oil in. I find that very interesting. You gotta be careful. What kind of design do you have to have where your oil fill cap's 3 inches in diameter and you can't pour the oil too fast because it backs up? I don't. Wait a second. Oh, never mind. I apologize. I'm trying to get this dinosaur blood in here so we can check the cooling system problem. He overheats at lights. I pulled the cap off. There's not much going in there, but going on in there, but there is stop leak. I see stop leak in there. That's the sparkly stuff. It fixes leaks. Well, it doesn't, but everyone tries it before they repair the leak. So they sell it 10, 15 bucks, whatever it costs, and then you buy a radiator or a water pump or whatever the problem is. The only stuff I've seen that works a little bit is called Blue Devil. It's pretty good for like if you have a minor head gasket just starting or a very minor crack in something, but it really needs to be fixed. It's a patch, maybe to get you home, maybe. It works, I don't know, 1 out of 20 times in my experience. You guys tell me in the comments. Maybe it works more for other people. Must have spilled just the right amount because it's perfect. I mean, what's the new one we're going to use now? Wonderful. Got out the ATD kit. Grabbed what I think is going to work. Good guess. Put a little pressure on this thing. He said it overheats when it comes to lights. But I mean, I added about a half a gallon of coolant, not that much. He could just have a fan problem and it pushed some out. The bars leak concerns me, but we could procrastinate, or I could finish my diagnosis. How about that? That's what we should really do. Turn the light on. The water pumps are tricky. Sometimes they leak right off the bat. Sometimes you got to start them and shut them off. Sometimes you got to sit overnight in the worst cases. But get it up here in the 15-pound range. I'll give it a minute and I'll look around and see if I can spot some antifreeze or coolant, depending on how you want to look at it. Try to find out where it's getting away from. Give me a minute. I might start it and shut it off a couple times. Well, I believe we have a leak, Watson. The water pumper doodle is not containing the coolant as it should. I spilled that. Don't worry about that. It's got a new radiator in it. So it needs a water pump. I'm going to recommend a thermostat too. Once the vehicle's been overheated a couple times, the thermostats get wonky. And I find that if you don't do it, a month or two later, they're back with a thermostat problem. So at least recommend it and leave it up to the customer. So we'll see what happens. There's a couple other things they want to look at depending on what I found with the cooling system. So we'll see how that all goes and we'll come back to it. While they work on the Jeep estimate, oil change, front brakes, brake flush. Boom, 2016 Nissan Sentra. I apparently looked at this car and recommended that stuff a few weeks ago. I'm going to do my inspection and verify. I'm not really sure. I don't remember it. You guys remember? 2016, so it's coming on 10 years old now. 2016 seems like last year. I don't know why. Got some busted hubcaps and things like that, but not really in too terrible a shape. The problem with it is the paint didn't hold up very good. So, all right, let's get to work. I don't think there's wheel locks, so that's cool. Shouldn't be nothing but a thing. Got a beautiful maple tree out in the yard. Even Toyotas can only handle so much. Jace is looking at this one, so I made a short about it. It's got a spark plug holding the oil in the engine. Bearings and tie rod ends are wiped out. Steel cord showing on the tires. So, I mean, even a Toyota can only handle so much. Let's get back to our oil change. Hubcap's on its last leg, so I'm going to try to do this without taking them off because I don't think they're going to make it. Now that's when I like to sell brakes. We put a light on. That's ready for brakes. You feel me, bruh? Alright, get these wheels off. I can finish the oil change part of it. I just want to get the tires off for now. Pads are supposed to have a little hook that these are in. And we'll see if the new ones have all the good stuff. It's a cute little oil filter this one takes. It doesn't look that small now, does it? Look back here. Look how tiny it is. Come here, let's hang out. I did the last oil change on this. Let's see. I'm not trying to brag, I'm just saying you don't have to crank them on with tools. Put them on by hand. You get it, the gasket touches, you go like a half or so, 3/4 of a turn more, it's not going anywhere. I see these things, especially these little ones, I've seen them where you got to use a chisel to get them off. And it's not because somebody didn't put oil on the O-ring. It's because it was severely over-tightened. And a lot of times when they go over on the mileage and it sits on there over-tightened for a couple years and 25,000 miles, that adds to the problem. Don't over-tighten it. That's what I'm saying, people. That's the short version. Jimmy, you didn't put oil on the O-ring. I know. It's hard to believe. I know the internet says it's not possible. It's one of the reasons I started this channel too. Because the internet is not telling you the truth all the time. The internet is telling you what it thinks you need to hear for their own recognition. People want you to watch their stuff and follow their rules and do things their way. Find something that works for you, that's what you need to do. I'm not going to start on the brakes so when the oil back in this engine, which makes me feel better. Which is kind of weird because the funnel's sticking out of the valve cover. It's a process. Like I said earlier, everyone's got their way of doing things. If it works for you, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It's probably okay. 5 quarts of dinosaur blood in this little Nissan engine. That's what it said. I don't know. I'm going to check it. Hope it's right. Just a tiny bit over, and we haven't fired it up yet. It's good. A little tiny filter. It's good for like 1/4 of an ounce. The oil cap has to go on upside down. It's a tragedy, but it'll be okay. She's a thirsty girl. Took a whole gallon of washer fluid. We'll do the other side a little slower. Last half turn, make you go back every time, like Mama's cooking. There, but it's a little uneven, but the slides are free. You know what that means? Someone didn't lubricate the pad contact points. You don't need to lubricate those. Why do you got uneven pad wear when the slides are free? There's only one reason. The pads aren't releasing and going and being engaged the same rate. Now I probably could have grabbed my piston pushback tool, but I had my Nissan oil filter wrench handy right there, so I used it for a Nissan caliper. It's a multi-purpose tool. Clean this bracket up, get it off of there, see what these slides look like. They feel nice and free. Not really in bad shape at all. Give it some of the orange goo. Do the rest of the prep work with it off of the car. But these are real nasty. You can head over to the bench wire wheel or something, but they're not bad. There's no rusting or anything crazy. So 19 on the caliper bracket bolts. It's been a little while since I did a brake job. Might not be the most exciting content, but Fast and Furious. This hub might look a little rusty. It's not at all. It's absolutely buttery smooth. Uh-oh, the internet is going to light me up. Not bad. Don't worry, if it was a big giant caliper, I wouldn't have done that. I just did it so we could spice up the comments. As some guy told me, I think it was yesterday, the day before, I forget when, but someone said, "You're a con artist. You didn't do this, you didn't do that. How much did they pay you to rip people off?" And I said, "I'm not sure." And I normally wouldn't even acknowledge something stupid like that, but when someone's that dumb, they haven't been straightened out, I think, at all. So I thought it was my job to at least say something to them to help them try to grow up. So that's exactly what I said. I said, when you want to leave a comment or discuss something, try to do it like a man instead of like a child, and you'll get better response. But what happens when you deal with stupid people, if you correct them, they tend to get mad at you. But if they were wise, they would learn from it. So it just depends on the kind of person you're dealing with, whether you're wasting your breath or not. But I felt like I should try, because I think there's hope for them. But normally I would just go, "Thanks for watching," when someone posts something stupid. Sometimes I say thanks for watching because I mean thanks for watching. Sometimes it's because someone posted something stupid. What you do for these is you feed this into the shoe just at the last second. That's a little bit of a trick to hold them both, but it's not that bad. Sometimes this hardware is not quite right. Sometimes I'll test fit it without the deal in there, but now I know that fits. Back this out, catch my little tool spring. Those help a lot with easing the pad on the leading edge where the rotor comes into it. It helps with noise and wear and things like that. Might have been contributing to the uneven pad wear too, but I doubt it since they were missing on both sides. A lot of things look easy until you do them yourself, and they're not quite as easy as you thought. I might edit a lot of stuff out this week. It's been a really, every week lately is like the more stressful, more traumatic, and more chaotic. I don't know what's up with that, but whatever. It's just par for the course. Every time you think, wow, it couldn't get any sillier, it does. And it can. Alright, let's get a flush on here. Stop flapping. This fluid's so nasty and my bottle doesn't fit on there. And you can't put the sucker of the evaporator down in here because there's a filter blocking it. So I just pulled all the fluid out of this wheel, filled the master back up. Now I'm going to bleed the air out. We'll have new fluid. I turned my gun down so it's not going to be 200 foot-pounds. Somewhere between 80 and 100, depending on how froggy I'm feeling. Torque the wheels, quick road test. I think the parts are rolling in for the Honda Evaporator.
Okay. Check the fuse is fine. Stop your relays doesn't work. The freon was like 0.01 short, so that's not going to stop it. So
Alright. Got my evaporator. Got my hose assembly. I had to build it. It didn't come with an expansion valve, and they couldn't get me another set of those washers. And honestly, they look perfect. And when I pulled the caps, the rubber caps out of this evaporator, it gave me a really good psh. The other one was like a psh. So I'm not sure if what I heard was a rubber coming out of it and it has a leak. In any event, this is a slightly better brand. It's not from Honda like I thought I was getting. But what I'm also going to do this time is, instead of having the hose on it when I put it in place, in case I did nick it, I didn't see anything like I showed you earlier, but maybe there's something you can't see. It's so tiny. These tubes are, you know, like 6 thousandths thick, so they're pretty thin. That's the way they work the best. So let's put it in without that tube on it and without the wire caught in it. That should help. I'm going to try to get this buttoned up so we can get it all vacuuming while I'm at lunch. Not too terrible. All right, a little bit of a lunch break, a 45-minute vacuum or so. Oh, I must have pushed a 1 instead of a 5. I'll take it. Passed the leak test. I don't know what was leaking, but just glad it's not anymore. That is the most important thing. Now I can finish putting it back together, which, if you saw the other video, hey man, hey new guy. Total lack of respect from the new guy. Keep it down, we're filming over here. You guys know I'm just kidding if you're new. I do that a little bit. I'm gonna pop this back together and see how good the air works when we're done. I think the video I took this apart was Tuesday. So if you want to check that out and see, I'm not going to film it again because that seems kind of repetitive. I know it's repetitive for me, so I definitely don't want to make it feel that way for you guys. We got a TPMS system warning. We got icy cold air conditioning. Ooh. Hey man, something's going smoothly. Actually, that Nissan brake job went real smooth too, so we're 2 for 2. I'm trying to think of what else I did today. Oh, I did an oil change and the water pump on the Jeep. He left. He said, what? So he's gonna do it himself, I think, which honestly those water pumps aren't that hard. You got a couple tools, like a way to get the belt off. It's like, I don't know, 7 or 8 13mm bolts. It doesn't even have a mechanical fan on that one. I kind of don't blame him, even though I would have rather done it for him. Help me pay my electric bill this month. All right, we got cold air, enough messing around. Pressure's perfect out there. I'm gonna take it for a short drive and see what else we can get done today. Emergency brake inspection, hurry up please. Call me crazy, but someone just had these wheels off of here. Oh, it's gonna rain. Careful. Get your raincoats ready. Don't worry, you won't get wet looking at a screen. Unless you're watching outside. Hasn't even worn the cross hatches off the rotors yet. They're brand new brakes. The back's not as new, but it looked like they were done, you know, a few months ago. Those look like they were done within the past few weeks. I'd give these a few months on them. I didn't hear any squeaking. Maybe they squeak when they're wet and damp in the morning. Not sure. Same thing all the way around. I'm not sure why. He said I want a full brake inspection. Look at all of the brakes, not just some of them, because I have a definite squeak. The hardware wasn't replaced, it looks like, but sometimes these CarQuest pads don't come with hardware. It depends on the kind you get. I could recommend some Akibonos. We'll do a full conversion on this thing. Put some drilled and slotted rotors in it. Put a wing on the trunk. It does have a, see this line here? I don't know if that shows up on camera. There's a line there, and that is not a good look. Let me get a prying implement so I don't have to rely on my old man wrists to turn that. Some of you whippersnappers is what we call you. Some of you could probably turn that like it's nothing. You can see there's a line right here. So I would assume this rotor is a little bit warped. Let me see if they want to have us put a dial indicator on it, check it for run out and that kind of thing. That'll be a cool video. A lot of people when I made that video said that I didn't have the lug nuts on. It was a 15-second video showing that there's tools for measuring it, and it wasn't really like a class, but some people got sad. So maybe I could do a full video on it, show how to do it properly, torquing the lug nuts on and stuff. But anyway, brake check, new brakes. Although I do not like the look of that rotor. So we'll see if they want to do something with these rotors, scuff the pads up, or maybe we can get someone to warranty them. If it's CarQuest, we deal with CarQuest a lot. They brought me a heat shield and some keys and said, Jimmy, put this heat shield on for this lady really quick. The car is extremely rusty. Well, Florida extremely rusty, not Michigan, but I'm not sure where that heat shield goes. You guys know? It's got 4 holes on the outer end, and it's got 3 rolls in it basically. It's bigger than this one. This is the only one near the AC drain, which is right here. There's a little one above the converter, and then the only other one I see is all the way back here by the muffler. But I don't think that one's that big. I don't know where it goes. When your evap hose clamps are ready to give up, you know, you got a little rust action going on. I'll find out where it goes. So we put the heat shield in between the exhaust and the tank, which is a really good idea to have it in there. We had to lower the drive shaft, and Joe was helping me, so I didn't film it because I'm trying not to hurt him, because he's too hyper and I'm too mellow. So we make a perfect team. Alright, that day's coming to a close. That was very exciting. I hope it's exciting for you guys. I'm going to close this place down now. Apparently we open at 20 after 7 and close at 7 o'clock at night now or something. I don't know. Anyway. who knows which way is up anymore? All you can do is keep rowing your boat. Let's shut this thing down. I appreciate you guys watching. Torque the like button before you head out. Subscribe if you're new here. If you enjoy a little bit of chaos, a little bit of humor, and a little bit of tips, tricks, and reality TV, this is the place for you. Hope I see you in another video, because you're awesome.